What's up, Swift developers? How are you doing today? In this tutorial, we're gonna build a beautiful and swipeable cards with animation. You see, I drag it to the right and to the left. This poop and love, and this is the weekdays. Yep, and this is nice swap here. Yep. So, jump right to the code. It is I'm very excited to show you how to do that. So, I will be doing in just a few minutes. So first of all, in our project, I have a blank project here. We have a data Swift file, so I call it data. And here, let me see. So I deleted that. Just the variable of days and an array of strings, and it equals to Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. Yep. Nice. So after that, we have an extension here for our double type variable. So I call it the extensions. Yep. So here I import SwiftUI. SwiftUI here. Yep. We have extension for double. So here we have a static function remap. Yep. And it takes from double, from mean, again double, and from max, again double, to mean, again double, and to max, double again. Okay, and it returns us a double here. And here we have it. We have some variables let from apps double. It equals to from minus from mean. We have a let from max ABS. And it is a double again, and from max minus from mean. Okay, here we have a let of normal. It is a double again, and from apps divided by from max apps. Yep, here, nice. And here we have a let of 2 max ABS equals to 2 max minus 2 mean. Okay, and let to ABS, it is a double here, is equals to max apps multiplied by normal. And we have a variable 2, it types of double, is equals to 2 apps plus 2 mean. Okay, nice. Here we have a 2 equals to ABS of 2, and here we have a clamp set. If 2 if to mean greater than 2, then return to mean, and if 2 greater than 2 max, return 2 max. Okay, nice. And after that we have a return 2. Okay, nice here. So after these ones, we have enough colors here. So here we have colors. So I click this one, and it is an enum of app color, and it is a string case accent equals to accent, and case primary text color equals to primary text color. Yep, and I have a case of card shadow equals to card shadow. Okay, so let me grab the assets here, colors and icons. Yep. So I just copy and paste that. Don't worry about these ones. I will leave a link in the description for you to download these ones. So it is our accent color here. Yep. We have the card shadow and primary text color, and we have some icons here: love, poop, and empty. Okay. So after that, we have in the content view, we have a var days to check. It is a type of array of string, And here we have a private card offset of type CG float equals to 24, and private var let card ratio again type CG float, and it equals to 1.333, and private let card offset multiplayer, and types of CG float again, and it is equal to 4, and private let card alpha step, it is double, and it equals to 0.1. So here we have a bunch of functions, bunch of calculated variables. So we have private var y cards offset CG float, and calculates return minus CG float of days to check dot count multiplied by card offset divided by 2. So after that you have a private function of calculate card width. It takes geo of type geometry proxy, and you have offset here after that of type CG float, and you have a card index type int, and it returns a CG float. So for this function we have return geo dot size dot width minus, and we have offset here multiplied by 2, and after that we have a CG float of card index. Yep, nice. Let me see why is that happening. Yep. So here, yeah. Nice. Okay. Just I missed some space. Okay, we have a private function calculate card y, calculate card y offset, and it takes offset of CG float here and card index, and types int, and returns CG float. Right. Okay, here we have a return offset multiplied by CG float of card index. Yep. So after that you have a calculate item invert index, private func calculate item invert index, I have an array of string here and item string, and it returns an integer to us, and here we say if array is empty, return 0, else we have return array.count -1 minus array dot first index of item, and it is not an empty array. Be sure about that. So the last function is the calculate card alpha. Here we have private function of calculate card alpha, and it takes a card index here of type int, and it returns a double, yep, and it returns 1.0 minus double of card index multiplied by card alpha step. The card alpha step is equal to 0.1. Okay, so here in this one, it needs to check it is days, so we don't have any error right now. So okay, after that we have to create our card view. Here use SwiftUI file and card view, Okay, let me close these ones. We don't need that one. Okay, so what is the error here? Okay, the content view. Yep, days to check. Past 2 days. Okay, we don't have any issue here right now, I think. And here we have the card view. I move it to here. Yep. Here we have card view. So let me just grab this one. Okay. Set it here. In the card view, we have enum of day state, and it equals to case love, case poop, and case empty. So here in the card view, the magic happens here. Yep. So we have a variable of day, and it is a string and equals to day for now. I have card alpha, variable of card alpha here. It's double and equals to 1.0. And here we have some bunch of state variable state private var of translation. Here it has a CG size and equals to .0. And we have again a state private var here, motion offset, yep, that is double, and it equals to 0.0, and state of private var motion scale, that is again a double, 0.0, and a state of private var last card state, and for now it is day state variable for now it is .empty. Okay, so after that we have a function here, private function get icon name here, and it is a state day state, and I need to return the string. So here we have a switch of state, so case.love return love, so case.poop return poop, and default would be return empty. Yep, just forgot to add columns here. So now it is okay. So this function is get the state of the day, and it returns the day state love poop or empty. So just let me show you quickly. This is love empty, and it gets these icons for us based on the day state. So here we have a set card state function after this one. Private func set card state, and it accept the offset, and it is a CG float, and it returns a day state. Let me day state if offset card view counts that. So first of all, we have to create the card view const here after this one. Private struct of card view constant here. Yep, and we have a bunch of variables. I just copy and paste these ones. This is not so important, it's just some constant here. So we have a card row limit, it equals to 20, poop trigger zone minus 0.1, love trigger zone, it is a 0.1, card ratio, card corner radius, card shadow offset, card shadow blur, label text size, label text carrying, motion remap from mean, motion remap from max, motion remap to main, motion remap to max, spring response, spring blur there, and icon size. So it is not so complicated, it's just some variables here. So Here we have card view constant. Here we have the poop trigger zone and return that poop. Yep. And after that, if offset greater or equal than card view const love trigger zone, it returns return dot love. Okay. So here, and after that, if not, you have a return dot empty. Okay. So here it set the quarter states for us based on offset, and if the offset it's minus or equal to poop trigger zone, that one, it returns the poop, and if the offset greater or equal to card view love trigger zone, sorry, it returns a love or else it is empty. So we head to the body. Here we have a geometry leader, and we have geometry in, and here we have a z stack of alignment center dot center and contents. We don't use the content here, and in the z stack we have a v stack, and here we have a spacer. We have an image, and we call the function get icon name, and a state would be self dot last card state. Yep, and we have a frame here. Width would be card view const icon size dot width, and height would be the same, card view consts dot icon size dot height. So after that we have the opacity here, will be self dot motion scale, and here scale effect would be CG float of self dot motion scale. Yep, and here we have 4 spacer, yep, 1, 3, and 4 spacer, yep. So after this VS stack, we have a text of day dot uppercase, yep, and here the font would be sys.system and system, and the size would be card view consts dot label text size, yep, and the kerning would be card view consts dot label text kerning, and foreground color would be the color, yep, app color dot primary text dot raw value. Here, and after that you have a frame width of geometry dot size dot width, and the height would be geometry size dot width multiplied by card view consts dot card ratio. So nice. We have a background here of color dot white, and we have that opacity here, card alpha, yep, and that corner radius would be card view consts dot card corner radius, yep, this one, and the shadow would be, let me open some space here, yep, we have a color of color and app color dot card shadow dot raw value, and the radius would be card view consts dot card shadow blur, and here we have the x of 0 and y would be card view consts dot card shadow offset. So here, I forgot to separate it. After that, you have the rotation effect, and we have that degrees, and here we have a double of self dot transition dot translation, so dot translation dot width divided by geometry dot size dot width multiplied by card const view dot card row to limit, and here we have anchor of dots button. So nice. And after that we have offset. Let's offset here, and x would be self dot translation dot width, and y would be self dot translation dot height, and the animation would be dot interactive spring. So for the response we have card view const dot spring response. For the value we don't have value here, yep, and blend duration. Yep. And blend duration we have card view const dot spring blend duration. So after that we have a gesture function, and we good to go. And gesture, here we have a drag gesture, and it is dot onChange. No, let me drag gesture, yep, and onChange, and the action would be gesture in self dot translation equals to gesture dot translation, and self dot motion offset equals to double gesture dot translation dot width divided by geometry size dot width, and here we have a self dot motion scale equals to double dot remap. Okay, here from self dot motion offset, yep, from mean it equals to card view const dot motion remap from mean, and from max again card view const dot motion remap from max, and to mean would be card view const dot motion remap to mean, and to max would be card view const dot motion remap to max. Yep, nice. So after that we have a self here, self dot last card state equals to set card state, and the offset would be gesture dot translation dot width. Okay, and after the onChange we have the onEnded, and here for the action we have gesture in, and after that we have the self dot translation goes to 0, and self dot motion scale is equals to 0.0. Okay, nice. So the card is okay here. We can drag it and have some animations. So jump into the content view, and I think we are going to end this tutorial with this content view. So here I delete the VS Stack here, and we have a new VS Stack, and in the VS Stack we have a geometry reader, and here we have a geometry in. So and here we have a VS Stack, we have a spacer, and we have a ZS Stack, and here we have for each. Here's days to check, and ID would be \self. So here we have a day in, and we have a card view here, and for the day would be day. So here nice, and card alpha would be calculate card alpha, and card index would be calculate item invert index, and array would be days to check, and the item would be day. So nice. And here we have a frame, width would be calculate card width. Geo would be geometry. Here offset would be card offset, and card index would be calculate item inverse index, and the array would be days to check, and item would be day. And after that, we have a height here, and it would be geometry dot size dot width multiplied by card ratio. So here, nice, and we have offset here of x would be 0, and y would be calculate card offset y, and for the offset would be card offset, and card index would be calculate item inverted index equals to days to check, and the item would be day, and after that we have multiply by card offset multiplier. Card offset multiplier, yep. So here, nice, and here for the Z stack, we have an offset of y would be y card offset. So, and here we have a spacer, nice. And here for this Z stack, we have a padding of dot card offset, and background color dot background would be color accent, nice. Now we have edge ignore safe area dot all. So here we go. We have it right there, nice and easy. So I will build it in my simulator to see how it's working. Build succeed. So let me grab this one, and it is good to go. If I drag it here, we have the poop icon nice here. We have a nice animation, and if I drag it here, we have a love icon nice here, and you have an empty icon here. If we do nothing, just so nice. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share it with friends. I hope to see you in the next videos. So subscribe for stay tuned, and have a good day.